Okay, Lisa, go ahead. Do you want to just introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, I'm Lisa Alonzo. I am from California, but now I'm based in Maine. I went to the Academy of Art in San Francisco and graduated in '08, I guess, as I'm reading my bio, if I can remember. So here you'll see a few of my works that I've done this year. So I make all of my paintings using a pastry tip, used for decorating cakes. I actually started this way back at the end of my time in school. So I I started using very thick oil paint in an impasto style, and then I just oil paint takes years to dry when it's thick. So um, I switched to acrylic by adding a gel medium to it, so it has a lot of body and it dries in hours. So all of the work for the most part is made using the acrylic gel medium. And yeah, Daniel's scrolling through um, most of the work I've made in the last couple years that's on 8 Lab. So I I tend to work in series and my subject matter changes a lot. I think I get kind of bored with doing the realism, and then I'll do something more abstract and it's all conceptually similar. Like lots of it's a little bit political based on like current events, or the top ones on the left there you'll see are um, statues of Christopher Columbus on the left and then Robert E. Lee on the right there. And those are both statues that came down um, like maybe in 2020. I can't remember exactly, but I remember making these after I heard that the Robert E. Lee statue had been melted down to be, or I'm not sure if it has been melted down, but the plan is for it to be melted down and then the metal reused to make new public art. So I have really mixed feelings about it. So I made a few of these pieces, and two of them are up here. Um, yeah.
How long does it take you? This piece is pretty tiny, but how long does it take you to make a piece like this?
Yeah. This is like about as small as I go, but with these, because I kind of have to work in layers. So I can't just do it in one pass, and the paint shrinks a bit after it dries. So it could look perfect when it's wet, and then once it dries, I need to go back in there and tighten it up. But I'd say I made three of these in about a couple weeks. You know, total time is not long for something like this because it's so gestural. A lot of my work is more like pointillist, which can be super time consuming. And, if they're like a 4 foot by 5 foot piece, it just takes a long time.
Mhm. Um, have you have you decorated cakes before? I mean, I feel like this really does look like a cake, especially the
I know,
striping
it really
on
does.
the top.
Yeah. Um, I no. The answer is no. But I I would love to. And when I was a kid, I was super into frosting. I didn't even like put it together when I started painting in this way, but I just loved like I wanted the piece of cake with the most frosting on it when I was a kid. It was just like I don't know what it was about it, but so it was like my dream to be a cake decorator or a librarian. Um so no, I'm not a baker, but I have decorated since I've started doing this. I've decorated a few cakes like more casually, like my dad's cake or something, but I would kind of love to do a really elaborate cake for like an opening or something. I don't know how feasible that is because it would take a long time and not last. I'd kind of rather just do a sculpture, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, I think it would be awesome if you had a show. You actually have some of them as cakes. Um,
Right. Or like it's a trick, so maybe one's fake and then one's edible. I don't know, it would be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, that would be awesome. How would you feel about, yeah, what if the audience ate the cake at the end or during? How would you feel about that as a piece? Like they
I mean, that could be kinda cool. It's like a performative thing
right.
about I mean, my work is about consumption, and it could be a good idea. I'll write
Um,
it down. Sure.
I'm sorry, that wasn't my role to do ideas, but I
No,
just
I mean,
I
it
mean,
I
as soon
think
as
it
you start
could be
talking
really
about it
fun.
as soon as you start talking about it as a cake, I now I'm like, now I wanna, like, give someone a cake like this and for a party.
I mean, I'll
So
make it, but it will be
so so what tell us about, some of the like, this, uh, the written language in some of these, right now, Clown World is on there, so if you're comfortable,
Uh-huh.
maybe we can dig a little bit into, you know, how these words come together, what you envision them meaning or communicating.
Right, sure. So, I'm working on a series on World War II right now, but in the middle of that, I kind of just got this idea came into my head, and so I dove into it to take a little break, and these pieces are, quicker to make and everything, but I just wanted to take like something super nostalgic and familiar for me, which were these circus cookies, the pink ones. Um, I loved them when I was a kid, and they always tasted terrible. Like I think it's all the pink dye or something. Um, but so I wanted to like do something kind of playful to just address like what the heck is going on lately. Um, in society, and the circus is a fun way for me to do that. And if you scroll, so this is, I think this may be the first one that I did. It's just kind of experimenting. I made the letters out of foam, so I like carved them out, and I'm always enjoy experimenting with different materials. And I've also done a series of guns in the past. So by like doing this, I think it's called right, circus piece and then the little snack piece. Guns are just such a divisive topic for people. So I don't know. I'm just wanting to bring it into the conversation in a way that is like I see a lot of art right now that is um it's really political, but it's really pushing its um agenda on you. It's like propaganda all the time. So I just enjoy making work that's like it is political in a sense, but it's just not one way or another.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say about your work or your direction? And then we'll open it up to anyone who wants to ask a question.
I'm not sure. I guess I would say that with my work in general, what I'm trying to have people think about is just questioning like the authenticity of things. So with all of my work, it looks like it could be edible. So it's not real. It's not frosting. It's made of plastic. Um, and today, it, more than ever, it's just there's like deep fakes and AI, what we read in the media. You just don't know what's real. So I really want people to just be always questioning like what they see with their own eyes, um, and then consuming it as you would a cake or a dessert. And then secondarily, uh, with my focus on texture, and you'll see it with the World War II pieces more so maybe for what's on 8 Lab. I don't know if you want to pull up any of those, Daniel.
Sure.
Maybe a close-up cropped image.
Let's see.
Thank you. I need to
Um,
learn how to do
one
the
of the
screenshot.
one of the Columbus ones.
That's fine. But so today people are really plugged into their devices and like we're on the Zoom meeting. We're not in person, but I really enjoy the textural element of my work in that people can they can like feel it and touch it, and like there's deep grooves and there's high peaks and ridges, and it's really tactile, um, versus just these black mirrors all the time. So I kind of just enjoy bringing that back into the fold, so to speak.
Lisa, thank you for your time today. I appreciate that you were able to walk us through your work, and we look forward to seeing new pieces in the future.